What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Fourth in Fantasy. Hope all bad things in fantasy football happen to your rosters and nobody else's. Just kidding, kind of. Today's a very special episode. We're bringing back Player Haters Ball for Volume 2. And we got our guy Chev in the building to help us sip some hater raid. We are tearing down your favorite players. Go grab your finest suits, leave your fandom at the door, and let the hate flow. Roll the intro.
Yeah, I don't follow no script. I make my own lane, got a spreadsheet mind and a red rash brain. Dynasty beats got that tape in my veins while they drafting by names. I'm exposing their game, no cap. We study the craft like film room rats. Gyms in the fourth while they stuck in the past. It's levels to the dynasty, keep or flex. From rookies to pros, we demand and respect. That's real. And I ain't never need clout for my clout to show. Just a mic I take and a team I grow. This ain't just picks, it's principle G. It's fourth in fantasy where you build your legacy. We 10 toes.
We're 10 toes down and we stand on facts. I am Honcho and this is my guy.
Siriaco, call me Rocco.
And welcome back to Fourth in Fantasy. And like I said, we're joined by our special guest, our guy, our boy, the one and only Chev. How we doing, my boy?
Man, you know me. Any day on this side of dirt's a good one. That's just for you. That's just for you, Honcho.
Appreciate it, my boy. You know how we go over here. We had a little bit of a hiatus this past week. Took a little break, but we're back at it with Fourth and Fantasy, and we're glad to be back in front of y'all. And we got a lot of hate to be spread around for 2026. We did this in 2025, where we had our first Player Haters Ball, Volume 1, and honestly, looking back at it, we hit on a few of those guys in that video. But as the internet, as the world loves to, as I say, spread a little bit of hate a little bit, let's talk a little bit of shit. I like my path or the players that I'm talking about tonight. It might ruffle a few feathers, but how we feeling, fellas? Let's start off with our boy Rocco over there. Who you going to ruffle some feathers tonight? Do you think you're going to have some hot takes?
Man, I feel a little ruffled myself because I've been in Mobile for the Senior Bowl, came right back and partied for like a month straight.
Mardi Gras.
Parades, man. Y'all got to come down. We have to do like a Fourth and Fantasy link up for Mardi Gras because it is wild out here. You got Shia LaBeouf, fighting with air and getting held down like the cats when they do wrong. Like he was just he's just like a 5-pound little pet that just got held down before the police got there. Got released the next day and went right back to the bar. Man, my guy is getting fucked up. He's a bit of an asshole, but that dude is posted up on bourbon as we speak. He doesn't even know Mardi Gras has ended.
Didn't a random person bail him out?
I think he got out on his own, because he's famous. Usually, if you get arrested around Mardi Gras, you don't get out till Thursday when everybody comes back to court. But somehow he got out within a few hours. So good for him. I mean, he's got a little bit of a sordid history. So we're not fans of his. He's been terrorizing the city. But it is cool that we're in the national media, so that's pretty interesting. But yeah, you can go meet him right now if you wanted to go on Bourbon Street.
And Chev,
I can almost tell you exactly what block he's on.
We talked about you was pretty excited to come on this particular episode, waiting for this particular moment.
Yeah.
To spread some haterade.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been having too much of a good time out here. Just everybody talking, everybody putting their takes out there, everybody talking and doing stuff. I'm here to poo-poo on your favorite player, all right here with my guys, Huncho and Rocco.
Hell yeah.
I'm here. I hated on Brock Bauer. I hated on all Georgia guys. So we're gonna see if we can go. We're gonna see if we can go 2 for 2 on all Georgia hate on this episode again.
I think the only one you didn't hit on was Cook.
Cook
was the only one that survived.
Did I not hate on Cook?
Yeah,
You hated on Cook.
you did hit it on Cook.
I thought I hated on. Yeah,
You,
I didn't hate on Pickens because I'm contractually obligated to espouse my love for George Pickens at every single turn. But
That was a good idea.
yeah, every other running back. I mean, every other Georgia player. All right, them bunch of speed racers down there. I'm speed hating.
hey, I'm just saying though, Matthew Stafford damn near was could have been considered. He got.
Matthew Stafford, okay, was playing quarterback at Georgia when there was still segregation going on when he was a quarterback at Georgia.
You
Dude.
never lied.
Yeah,
We're not.
you were in diapers when he was playing at Georgia. You didn't even
Yeah,
know.
dude, I was in middle school when Matthew Stafford was playing quarterback at Georgia.
Man, listen, Matthew Stafford is the last, and I'll say this. I'm pretty sure a lot of people agree with this. He is the last elite quarterback to come out of Georgia. We haven't produced guys like that. Like they come, man. Stetson Bennett was cool, but he was, I'm saying, kind of a wacky fellow. And then you got Mr. Gunnar Stockton coming in. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. You got Gunnar Stockton coming in, and he's all right too. But none of these guys have been full grown, like big, you know, prospects like Matthew Stafford. Come on, Georgia, we need to get a real dog at that quarterback position. I know we got Ryan coming in. I really have high faith in him. But you're right. I'm on. Matthew Stafford was back then playing goddamn quarterback back when the TV looked a little fuzzy. So
Yeah.
it's all happens, man. But
Yo, I didn't even see Matthew Stafford was playing quarterback at Georgia so long ago. I didn't know what color he was because he was in black and white on TV.
shout out to Seven. Shout
Hey,
out to Seven.
you had the meth pimp back there a couple of years ago.
The meth pimp.
I feel like that's Carson Beck. Is that not? Yeah.
That's what
Okay.
he said.
The
That's
meth
what
pimp Beck.
that's what I thought because that boy looked like he be on them hard stuff.
Bro,
But
Methamphetamines.
methamphetamines, but I feel like we haven't said that in quite a long time. So methamphetamines on the show, baby. But
Hey, legal. I don't know if that's true or not. We're just making jokes.
we just making jokes. TikTok, if we get back on there, don't cancel us again. I'm just saying. But
wait. You guys got canceled on TikTok?
we didn't get canceled. We got taken off of live on TikTok.
For
For
what?
I think we cussed too much. We were cussing too much at the time, so
There's a limit how much you can curse on TikTok?
they took our live function away. Yeah,
That's real? That's a real thing?
that is a real thing. That is a real thing. Yeah, it only lasts.
God.
I swear we was only live on TikTok for about a week and a half before we lost. We lost our.
That's wicked.
Yeah, we sorry TikTok. We don't want no corals out in these streets. Please don't.
Hey, fuck you, TikTok.
We just too.
Wait,
We
do
just,
you have the function back now?
man, we haven't even reapplied for the shit. But we're gonna get it.
We could make short videos on TikTok. We just can't post
Yeah.
the whole podcast.
Yeah, we just can't have a whole podcast on there. But Chev, we're gonna let you kick this thing off, man. We're gonna start off with the quarterbacks because god damn it, I can't wait to talk about the quarterback. I wanna hate on. Kick us off, Chef. Who is your
All right.
selection?
Okay. All right. This is just purely based on I want to preface this. I want to qualify it, okay?
All right.
This is purely based on my hate of his entire coaching staff and what they have done to an elite quarterback talent in the past.
Okay.
Okay. I'm hating on Jackson Dart. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. That's right.
Is that saying that he's just not gonna produce? He gonna have a sophomore slump? What we talking about?
So if you go back to Eric Bieniemy's last season with the Chiefs, that was the last season that Patrick Mahomes threw for 5,040 touchdowns. And then over the last 2 years, basically Mahomes has been like below. I think he was at 7.1 yards per attempt this year, and 6'8", 6'9" the year before that. And that's with one of the best quarterbacks that we've ever seen. So Jackson Dart still, even though he's been mentored by the great Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson, we're still talking about a young quarterback that's getting his tutelage Like we saw what it looked like when Matt Nagy had Mitch Trubisky, the Truth Biscuit. Okay, him and all his 13 starts in college got with Matt Nagy and looked like absolute dog shit. So I think that Jackson Dart's still gonna be a top 12 quarterback, but we're gonna have to pump the brakes on actually getting like ceiling outcomes because I don't. There are like I would rather find my name on that one list that everybody's looking for than have Jackson Dart be coached by Matt Nagy.
I don't think anybody's socks get rock hard hearing Matt Nagy's name. I know. Shout out to anybody Chicago Bears out there. It's Addy, wish we had you on the show to see how you was talking about how you feel about Matt Nagy. But
Oh,
hey, Jackson
he
Dart.
hates Matt Nagy.
Listen, Jackson Dart is not somebody. I feel like, and I've sold Jackson Dart in some areas just because of I feel like his value is at a good point. You feel me? Now, I feel if we start getting to the territory where, hey, people talk about he did a better job at it towards the later of the year. So shout out to Dart on that end, but he was taking some hits that he didn't need to. That makes me a little bit nervous for the offensive line that still is not even that I wouldn't say is average, but really below average. And then wide receivers really don't give you much help. You still got a Malik Neighbors that needs to bounce back. You got a Wandale Robinson that's a free agent. You don't know if you're going to bring him back. And then your running back room. I love me some Tyrone Tracy. And then Scatterbo is supposed to make a full recovery. So they have the kibbles and bits, right, to be something of a decent. I want to put quotes around that because the New York Giants is still buttermilk buns. Let's not get that. Let's not move off of that, okay? But nevertheless, I think I do agree with you. Jackson Dart, I still see him as somewhere in that top 15. I don't see him making it back around with those. I don't think he's QB1 yet. Some people might put him in that low end QB1 area. I don't have him there. I think he's a solid QB2 for you until he can, a high end QB2.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like that's the thing is his rushing floor. His rushing floor gives him some insulation, but also if we go from the 9 rushing touchdowns that he had to 3 or 4, then we're taking away another piece of his floor in addition to being coached by Matt Nagy. See, the dog agrees with me too, bro.
Right, he's
You know
a
what I'm saying?
dog. He's with a dog. Hey, listen,
Yeah. You know what I'm
My
saying?
dog, my dog
Hey,
agrees with me.
I'm not
Look
trying to
here.
preach to you. I'm just trying to reach to you. Listen now, I want, I want to believe in Jackson Dart. Okay. When I thought Todd Monken was going to be the offensive coordinator for the Giants, I was like, yes, this is going to be great.
Mm.
And then instead of getting the fine one, all right, instead of getting the fine shit, all right, I got the friend. And the friend is bald headed, visor wearing Matt Nagy. And like now she's just burping in my face, all right, and asking when the next order of quesadillas is coming out. And I don't appreciate that.
I don't appreciate that shit.
Man, yeah. Nagy turned our goat into Alex Smith. And why would I get Jackson Dart in the second when I can get Tyler Shuck
I knew it.
in
I
the
knew
fourth
it.
or
Oh
fifth
my
I knew
god.
round?
it.
Oh my god.
I
This
knew it.
propaganda.
But
Somebody who was in a much better offensive environment, about to get, an amazing weapon to add to Chris Olave and my good friend Jawan Johnson.
Jawan
Now that
Johnson.
we've made up, that I met him on the parade route and he told me he was going for 1,000. I might have told him he was going for 1,000, but I was feeling it. I was drinking, and
So was he.
Jawan
And
Johnson
that's
just
it.
appeared. I went to go see Cam Jordan, and Jawan Johnson was just there. So, I take it as a sign that he's
I
going to
love
go
it,
for
man.
1,000 yards. Yeah,
Hey, but for
and we
real,
got a
like,
non Mickey Mouse ass offense. So Tyler Shuck, take him over Jackson Dart.
Chev is rolling with, or he's hating on Jackson Dart. Rocco, who are you hating on, my boy?
Oh man, we going straight to the top. Going straight to the top with my hate. I am talking about a guy who's possibly on pace to be the GOAT, but GOAT in real life, don't score me fantasy points. Patrick Mahomes has been trending
Hey,
downward for a couple years
I like
before
this topic.
2025 run supported comeback. 422 and 5 scores on the ground, was fifth in the league in just 14 games. 8 missed forced tackles. He was plenty elusive, and he finished as a top 5 quarterback. His 2023 finishes were a little less impressive at 8 and 11, respectively. Now, you want to expect me to believe in Patrick Mahomes in 2026 when his knee completely got obliterated. And let's talk about his weapons. Rashee Rice. I mean, we see the news. I mean, is he even going to make it to the season?
Should be
Worthy, super bus. All those other guys, trash. Travis Swift. Is he even going to play? Who knows?
not
Team
Travis.
is old and one of the least talented offenses in the league. And this is assuming that Pat Mahomes is even ready for week 1. And now you want me to draft him in the mid to late second? Couldn't be me.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
couldn't do it.
So
I could not do it. I'm right on. I'm right there with Rock. I can't.
Yeah, if you told me he was Dynasty QB 12, I wouldn't even blink an eye. Fading
wow.
hard. And quarterback is not even a position I'm attacking in the first 2 rounds. So completely out. Let me hear
Wow.
it.
Wow.
He is completely out. As listen, Pat Mahomes fade. Put that at the bottom. Listen, I am with Rocco kind of on this. I don't, and I'm not saying Pat can't return or be decent again because he's Pat Mahomes. You can never kind of dog out, right? But I'm here. Well, if you're looking at other quarterbacks and if we're, where you're having to take them, someone's like, "Oh, I'm taking them in the second round." Why? Shit, I'd rather just wait until grab another running back, grab a wide receiver, and wait on the quarterback. That's how I went. I believe I went Dak Prescott in the third in the starter that we're doing right now, and I went Tyler Suge in the fourth. A lot of people now the price of Tyler Suge has very much gone up. Where some people feel like you can get him in the sixth or seventh, you're not going to get him in the sixth or seventh round. And startups, not happening. You need to get comfortable of being able to select Tyler Suge in that fourth and fifth round. No 6, 7 going on over here. So when I'm thinking about, you know, when I'm thinking about Pat Mahomes, is like, what's the value, and when he's going to be back, right? And what is that offense going to be like when he does come back? They still do have Andy Reid, offensive genius, right? They just got Eric Benemy back. Shout out to that, and we saw how that offense, how they were as a team before. Maybe they make a run for Tyree Hill. I know we're out on. I know a lot of people are out on Tyree Hill right now because his knee did the cha-cha slide all over the field. But I'm just saying, KC and I want that. Another point that's been talked about how people keep like, oh, what if Jeremiah Love goes to the Kansas City Chiefs? When did the Kansas City Chiefs become a hot landing spot right now? They're in a very much turmoil. I think as an offense and shit, just like Rocco said, is Rasheed Rice even going to make it to the goddamn to September? Shit can go left so damn quick. I'm not sure. The KC offense, they might be more in the rebuild than they think. I don't know. What do you think, Chev? Come
Okay.
on now. Come on now.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
I see you
So,
stewing over there.
so all right. So
Hey,
this is what we're gonna this is how we're gonna start this off. Okay. All right. So you're telling me that the quarterback that we've seen throw for 5,000 yards and 40 touchdowns with the offensive coordinator that he had previously.
Mhm.
Okay, no Tyreek Hill then, by the way. No Tyreek Hill when he did that. No Tyreek Hill. His best receiver was Juju Smith-Schuster. You remember him? Antonio Brown referred to him as Boo Boo Smith Booster.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Mhm.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That was his best receiver when he did that. Okay. You're telling me that the guy who was quarterback 2 in points per game last year, okay, and that was with no Rashee Rice for the first 6 weeks of the season, and then Rashee Rice came back and he was a wide receiver 2. Now, we do have to factor in the fact that Rashee Rice likes to make difficult, like he's doing life on super hard difficulty mode.
Super
All right.
hard.
All right. He's just doing stuff. He's like, bro, what can I do to just not have freedom anymore? All right. We got to factor that in. We
Right?
We do. Absolutely. But the problem is, okay, you're talking about one of the best quarterbacks of all time who was just for years, he's been a staple startup first round pick. So for me, if I'm able to grab that type of upside, knowing that if he plays games, the worst that I'm going to get is QB 10 to 12 on a points per game basis, with the upside of being able to throw us into QB1, QB2 overall discussions. I'm buying the dip there. I do respect everything about Tyler Shough. I mean, we had 4 different games in a row where he had at least 7 rushing attempts. Like 3 games where he had over 50 yards rushing, if I'm not mistaken. And Kellen Moore's offenses are going to produce for fantasy. You don't have to worry about that any way, shape, or form. So the point that you guys are making about value is super sharp, but I think that the value on Mahomes for what he could return and the value on Shough for what he could return, Mahomes to me just slightly outweighs what Shough could be. We know Shough's probably going to be a low-end QB1 with some spike weeks where he's going to give you top 5 because of the rushing upside. And like I said, Kellen Moore's offenses produce fantasy goodness. So Mahomes to me gives me a back. I can buy him for a low-end QB1 price, but I'm buying high-end QB1 upside.
And before I give my quarterback, would you take Patrick Mahomes in a startup over, let's say, Bo Nix?
Yes.
Would you take Patrick Mahomes over Justin Herbert?
Yes.
Would you take Patrick Mahomes over Joe Burrow?
Absolutely not.
That's the line.
Okay.
That's the line. Because, I mean, I think Burrow, whenever he plays all the games, is a top 3 to 5 quarterback, especially in a points per game basis. Like it's T, it's Jamar, it's Chase Brown. Like
Lamar?
that's where I draw the line. But I'm firmly like Patrick Mahomes is better than Justin Herbert last year.
Yeah, when they were out there playing, and some would agree that Justin Herbert had better weapons at times. So
There's no question. Okay. Blind taste test. Are you taking the Chargers weapons? Or are you taking the Chiefs?
Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Chargers.
Mahomes was better.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I just got to see the knee, man. I want to see.
I'm looking forward in the healthy knee.
Right.
no, this is
Hopefully
not
the,
1968, Rocco.
I just want to see.
Well, I mean, we just mentioned, 4 years ago when he had 5,000 yards. That's like, I mean,
That was
NFL years are like dog years.
and
Like 15 years ago.
I
And we
brought
gotta-
that up. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, a lot of, and we got to mention that a good portion, I don't want to say a good portion, but a lot of Patrick Mahomes' game, a lot of the season he was running with his head on a swivel. That man was making extending plays, having to extend or having to elevate everybody else in that offense. Now with the injury, does that take a little bit more of his mobility away, his athleticism, to where he doesn't scramble as much anymore? So
That's my main point is that, he was carried by the rushing, and I don't know if he can continue that rushing floor acumen with a busted knee. I mean, at the end of the day, KC needs to do better by Mahomes. It was awesome what he did last year. I mean, he carried that team until he couldn't carry it till his leg snapped. But looking forward, when do we see that Mahomes again?
I would guess that him being one of the most psycho competitors of all time. He's pushing to play in week 1.
Yeah, I did
Like,
see that part. He's a
yeah,
dog. I won't discredit him on that part.
he's
Yeah,
pushing to play in week 1. And like I've done the rehab for a torn ACL before. It's grueling, it's hard. And he's got people who are getting paid millions of dollars to get him back to. So if he's not healthy, like, you got to think, they've already made a $500 million investment in him. He's not going to be out there if he's not healthy. Like, it
I
just,
hear
I understand. I totally understand. And like, we've talked about this offline before. Like, I totally understand the fact that, like, the value is on the, is betting on the younger guys to reach that ceiling. I mean, Justin Herbert has a 5,038 season, and he ran the ball more than he ran the ball at any point in time last year. Bo Nix, same thing, running. I mean, he's gonna give you 400 yards rushing, 25 to 30 touchdowns, 3 or 4 touchdowns rushing. Like, I understand it. I just think that this is a place where you need to buy the dip, because just last year in startups, he was not getting very far past like the 108, 109,
Agreed.
and now we're talking about a round dip. Rocco, you even said it. You did this with Justin Jefferson. You was like, oh, I can get the 1.6 at the 2.6.
He hit you. He did.
I mean,
he did.
his knee didn't explode. He just had a bad season.
Yeah,
He did.
yeah. No, his offense exploded.
Good logic. Good point there, Chev. I like your.
But I'm take locked into JJ McCarthy, so I'm still in. I'm take locked. I got my blinders on like the horses at Mardi Gras. I got my fucking blinders on.
I respect.
He will bounce
I
back.
respect the commitment.
No,
Committed to it.
I'm ready to say my cause, and shout out to my boy Mike. I know we've been on a good tear. We've been on a good, he's been saying we've been agreeing a lot. We've been on the same corners, on the same prospects for this NFL draft, these 2026 prospects. But my quarterback selection is Jalen Hurts. Yeah, Jalen Hurts. Hate. And that's not my Cowboys bias coming out. Jalen Hurts loses his wings potentially. And I will go on the brink of saying that he will not finish as a top 10 quarterback in fantasy next year. He will finish as, I will say, QB 11. I'll have him right there. I have him taking it out. Yes. Jalen Hurts falls out. Follow me down the yellow brick road. I will talk to y'all real quick. So, Jalen Hurts, right? I feel like his decline, his saving grace as fantasy is his rushing. And that has been on a decline. His rushing production has been on a decline, right? It dropped from just looking at, he had a 5-season low in 2025, 421. Only 8 touchdowns, reducing that floor of his, which we all would agree that is his superpower of what makes him the quarterback he is in fantasy. It's not his arm. That doesn't wake nobody up in the morning, right? I'm a little scared for Jalen Hurts. And then you throw in the fact that they could lose AJ Brown. So now you're telling me that Devontae, he can't do it. But now you're telling me Devontae Smith got to take over a role. Who the fuck is the wide receiver 2? Dallas Goedert is about H-ing as fuck at this point. He's still doing cool, but he's not. I don't think he's top. I don't think he's one of the top tight ends anymore. And then we got to see what goes on with the offensive play calling now with the new offensive coordinator that they have. And let's not even talk about the retirement rumors that's been around. They lost one of the all-time greatest offensive line coaches ever to be in the NFL. And then you got guys that talked about Lane Johnson talking about he might retire. You got their guard that's talking about that he might just call it a career. It's not looking good for Jalen Hurts right now. And if I'm someone in fantasy, I'm looking to pivot. I think Jalen Hurts' best days could potentially be on his way out. And as a passer, I think he very much regressed last year. He's cool. I'm not going to be the one who shits on Jalen Hurts. I think as a somebody who's a competitor, I love to see it. Somebody who goes out there and gives it his all, I think that's Jalen Hurts. I just think he's very limited as a quarterback, and his rushing ability is what made him who people loved. Who hell, he used to be one of the second, third quarterback to come off the fucking board. That is not happening. And now he's going right where, kind of in that second round, where we've been saying, is it value there? Maybe. Am I taking Jalen Hurts for if I'm thinking about longevity? Probably not. Jalen Hurts, bye bye, hate, 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 and that's who I'm going with. What do y'all think about that one?
I'm in lockstep with you, and I don't want to be. I have Jalen Hurts on so many dynasty rosters, bro. Like, it makes me so sad to hear this, but you are preaching right now, and it makes me so mad. The only silver lining about this is how mad Mike is gonna get. His giant ass is gonna be stomping around his house,
It had to
super
be said.
pissed off when he hears this.
It had to be said.
And that's the only silver lining I can take from this is that Mike is gonna be so mad when he hears this.
Had to be said.
Man,
But
don't
you're
even
telling the
show
truth.
up for the Senior Bowl if Jalen Hurts is not is not a top 8 quarterback. Um, I'm still in on Jalen Hurts. It wasn't pretty last year, but he is a Super Bowl champion, and they did get rid of Kevin Pachulo, whatever the fuck his name is. So I have hopes for him. I don't really buy into that if they take away the tush push. He's like totally nuked as a runner. I still think he's got that big body. He can move a little bit. I don't see him not being able to run, and his running gives him a floor where I think he'll always be in that top 8 until his body breaks down. So I don't know if I quite agree with this one, but I see where you're going with this. And man, if I could just be a fly on the wall with you know Mike stomping the ground so hard that he falls into his basement, because he is a giant man with giant parts that can break shit. So
But hear me out though. It's not, and that was a crazy bar. That was a crazy bar, right? But but hear me out though. Josh Allen, here we go. Josh Allen, Drake
Mm-hmm.
May,
Mm-hmm.
Lamar Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow,
Mm-hmm.
Jaden Daniels.
Yep.
If T Law reproduces, he could be in that top 10 again.
Yep.
We have Dak Prescott. We have
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Stafford,
Mm-hmm.
Bo Nix.
Mm-hmm.
We're we're getting a
Bo
little
Nix is where Caleb Williams.
we're getting a little in that we're
Caleb
getting a little
Williams.
scary now. I don't there's not a there's a world I can see Jalen Hurts out that top 10 being
I
pushed out
mean,
that top 10.
I look, I'm with you. I'm not gonna push back on this at all. I want to, but it's a limited ceiling as a passer. He's never thrown for 4,000 yards. The passing offense last year was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's hard to watch.
And yeah, like it just going from Kellen Moore to Kevin Patullo, you know, I can't even say the types of things like what a downgrade that was.
Agreed.
All right, it's like going from Halle Berry to Precious. Like what are we doing? Hey, shout out to Precious though. Good, respect,
Hope you're doing good.
respect.
Shout
Yeah,
out
hope
to
you're
Halle
doing hope
Berry.
you're doing well. You're out there being super rich and stuff. Good for you. But still, like I just can't. To me, I can't create a path to where if he doesn't rush for double digit touchdowns, I'm gonna feel good about what he's gonna give me. You know, like we can't count on AJ anymore. We can't count on, they don't target Smitty. They just, Dallas Goddard, you said he's old. So there's just really, and like you're really gonna hate. You're
Mhm.
like let's get into it, bro. We're talking hating.
Hate.
I'm prepared. You just set the tone. Golly.
Hey,
I'm telling you.
hey, speaking of Halle Berry, I just went to go see Crime 101, and she is still fine. She's like 50 years old, and I don't know if she's like drinking baby blood or what, but she is still
Not baby blood.
looking hella good. The movie was mid. I don't recommend it to anybody. I wanted to go see that movie where they crashed onto the island, but the shit was sold out. I fucking fail.
We definitely ain't getting our TikTok.
Okay,
But
Send
yeah,
Help is really good.
what's that?
Send Help is really good.
You saw it?
Yeah,
I fumbled the bag. This
it's
shit was
fire.
sold out. They didn't
Yeah.
have, but they had two seats together. So let's
You
get
know, it's
into
not,
it.
you know, it's not sold out. The Jalen Hurts bandwagon.
Hey, what one last word on Jalen Hurts? As bad as that season was, and it was terrible, it was unwatchable. Still finished top 8.
Fuck them.
Mm.
Yeah, sure.
Mike, if you listening to this, stay safe, my friend. Don't fall through your
Fuck 'em.
floor.
Fuck 'em. Yeah, no, not you, Mike. Just Jalen Hurts. But let's move on to running backs. And Chev, we'll let you start this one out. Do we what more? How much more haterade can we bring out tonight?
Oh, we're gonna stay. We're gonna stay in Philadelphia.
Mm.
Mike might have just have my.
Yeah, Mike's gonna Mike's gonna take like 4 strides and be at my house from Philly in like an hour and a half. This is crazy work. But I have been one of the biggest Saquon Barkley fans that you could possibly imagine from his time, like the freshman Rose Bowl game against Penn State. Like I was waiting on him to make his trek into the NFL, and I've not been disappointed. But you've already alluded to the retirement of Jeff Stoutland. Nick Sirianni just consistently meddling in everything and ruining everything. Lane Johnson just announced that he's coming back, but that still doesn't really spark a lot of joy. Maybe the offensive line gets healthy and he bounces back, but I'm not banking on Saquon. Excuse me. I'm not banking on Saquon doing Saquon things this year, especially, looking at the draft, the startup that we're in right now. He goes in the 5th round. He goes before Jameson Williams, my guy. He goes before Derrick Henry, who's older but in a much more stable environment. And the Ravens have hired the Falcons offensive line coach from the last couple years to run, and they've been one of the most proficient outside zone teams. So giving Derrick Henry one of the best outside zone blocking offensive line coaches in the league is just going to be diabolical. And I can't get into it, man. Like this price point for Saquon coming off the year that he just had, I can't get into Saquon. I can't super player hate on this. So if y'all want me to just go dig a little bit deeper and give you some real player hate, I can. You can circle back to me. But that's the one that stood out to me, bro. Like I'm
with that.
I had it. I thought about it, and I just don't even like saying bad things about Saquon, but I can't get into. I'm out on Saquon this year.
Look, we haven't heard one good thing about the. Oh damn! Are we back? We haven't heard we haven't heard one good thing about what's going on in Philly all off season. Right? They had trouble finding an offensive coordinator. Some people say that was intentional. I call bullshit. Nobody wanted that fucking job, right? Let's just keep it a stat. Let's keep it 100, right? And people are going to see how big them losing their offensive line coach. Y'all don't understand how much he was part of the development of that offensive line. He developed a fucking rugby player, for God's sake, into one of the best left tackles in football. Okay, it's going to get quite scary. It's going to, and I think Saquon days of elite RB1 is over. I think he goes into the territory of Josh Jacobs, of a high-end running back 2 who can give you some weeks of sprinkle of RB1 territory. But I think now you should more think of Saquon Barkley as a RB2, a high-end RB2 at that.
Some people would say that their new offensive coordinator blows. But anyway, we're talking about 750 touches in the last 2 years. I mean, that shit catches up with you. I mean, I was a full fade on Barkley for the 2025 season because of the touches. And in 2025, he didn't lack for touches. He didn't get hurt, but he just was blah mid. So I mean, those amount of touches, that offense, yeah, he's not going to make it onto too many of my teams. And I'm a person that likes the redemption arc. Like I'm on Alvin Kamara coming back this year and being a guy, but CMC last year,
Pack them up.
Barkley, it's attrition with me. I don't trust the offense, and I don't trust that fucking workload.
Pack Saquon up. Throw him in the blunt. Smoke his ass up. Now, Rocco, who is your running back that you are hating on?
Oh man, uh, this is not a personal attack, Chef. It's not about the talent. It's definitely about the situation. We're talking about his offensive staff. Bobby Slowick oversaw CJ Stroud's downfall in 2024. 52 sacks, 27th graded run blocking team in the league. And I personally know several Houston fans that couldn't wait to kick him out to the curb, kick his ass right out of there. Ask Dynasty Dog Mike what he thinks about Kevin Patullo, the passing game coordinator. Some hitch routes are in the works for Waddle in Washington. And on top of that, who's going to be the 2026 quarterback? Could it still be Tua Tagovailoa, who Coach McDaniels worked miracles to make him look like a top 25 guy? Devon A. Chain. Sometimes you just have to sell an entire offense, especially for a guy that you have to pick in the top 20. I'm out.
Oh snap! Hold up! Hold up now!
Hey!
Hold up now! Devon A. Chain. Hey, I now that's a very interesting take, Rocco. Because if I'm thinking about that one, right? Devon A. Chain. When you're thinking about, he is a smaller back.
Little
He
guy.
he just lost Mike McDaniel, who would we agree? I mean, maybe he might have not been the best head coach, but I still think he's one of the better offensive play callers in the league. Tyreek Hill was just released. Jalen Waddle I've heard inklings that he might be wanting to get out of Miami. It's not a sure thing that Malik Willis goes to Miami either. So what is the quarterback situation? Yes, but I think, and I could be wrong here, but what I like about Devon H, and I'll push back a little bit, is that what he might lose out on the rushing side, he might gain in the passing, and where he already was a pretty big part of the receiving game. That you could see even more of that with more dump off passes if they don't get a solid quarterback in there, or if they decide to go the rookie quarterback route, maybe they try to trade up. But I need to see who personally is going to be the quarterback situation. I don't know what to feel about Devon A. Chain right now. Maybe you buy the dip of their offensive situation, but I still think at the moment he if
Ain't no dip, KTC 19. That's not that. There's no dip.
all right now, yeah, I'm
No
saying,
dip.
and then if I say you got Bijan RB1, RB2 is Jameer Gibbs. Then you start throwing out other guys that like Devon A. Like, would you rather have Devon A. Chain or James Cook in 2026?
Me myself personally, or Rocco?
How about you, Chef?
Oh, give me Devon H.
How about you, Rock?
You picking somebody that I don't like, even though he's damn near leading the league in rushing, but he
He
doesn't catch
did.
the ball. He did.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yep.
yeah. I've been
So
drinking. I've been
okay,
drinking.
then Devon A. Chain, or would you still go hell Amari on Hampton?
I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm go ham.
I seen a lot of people are once again Mike McDaniel's becoming the offensive coordinator for the Chargers. Will have a lot of people seeing Omarion Hampton as a big piece of that, and we got to see if he gets a part of the receiving core. But I'm not gonna beat you up too bad on that one, Rocco. I think Devon A. Chain is a it's more of I'm not selling, but at the same time I'm not buying Devon A. Chain right now either.
You don't have to beat me up on that one because Chev is getting ready. Getting ready. Getting ready. We getting this hate going.
Let's
Look, no, we here to play. Hey man, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna talk about how there's no Darren Waller, there's no Greg Dulcich, there's no Tyreek Hill, like all those vacated targets that we know typically go to the running back. You know, Devon A. Chan had 85 targets this year, 67 receptions.
crazy number.
You know, he's the one guy, he's the running back version of Tyreek Hill. He played 17. He's missed one game in the last 2 years after missing a bunch and everybody questioning. And even then, he's been 17 points a game for the first 2 years of his career. And then he jumped up to 20 this past year. And that's with Tua at quarterback. All right. I don't think that's what we're. Yeah. Buttermilk buns. Polynesian butt cheeks.
Butt cheeks, man.
Straight Maui wowie garbage. All right. So we're acting like just the situation with Mike McDaniel, like he invented offense, and he is a very inventive offensive mind. Makes me really excited for Omarion Hampton. But at the same time, like we could actually have a good quarterback and someone trying to target Devon A. Chan in the passing game as a primary weapon. He's lining up in the slot. He's taking jet sweeps. They could build this offense around him instead of trying to do it around, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and sprinkling in some Darren Waller in between his studio sessions. So, like, I can't get down all the way on being all the way out on A-Chan, but I understand it. I do understand it.
I can see him as a candidate. I see him as a candidate, a thousand candidate, potentially in 2000, the next 1,000, 1,000 rushing yards, 1,000 receiving candidate.
Yeah. Or the Dolphins could have a Jets level offense in 2026.
They have way better weapons than the Jets.
Right. I mean, yes.
We said the same thing about Brees Hall and Garrett Wilson. I take Garrett Wilson over Waddle.
Yes, agree.
Before the year, I would have taken Brees Hall over A-Chain as a talent.
I mean, talent-wise, sure, but you knew, like, unless Bobby Slowick is just gonna be like blowing fart bubbles into the microphone, calling plays this year, and make whoever the quarterback is figure it out. Like, it's gonna be, man, fuck it, Devon down there somewhere, and then just hand him the ball a bunch or throw it to him. Like
I am a little nervous on Bobby. Bobby does make me nervous though, and maybe he's grown as a play caller, right? Maybe he's gotten better, but yeah, Bobby calling them plays.
C.J. Stroud was the second coming, then Bobby Slowick showed up to town, and that dude ain't been the same since. Time out.
Cause we got to tell the truth now. Bobby was the coordinator in 2023 too. Now, when C.J. Stroud had that historic, when everybody boosted him up and made him the second coming, it was falling all over themselves. He was offensive coordinator too,
but he didn't change much. Though.
Fucked up.
He didn't.
He didn't. I think
so what we're saying is like he could be real good this first year, and then I got to sell Devon A-Chan. That's what y'all trying to tell me. And it's bag season for Devon A-Chan this year. Come on now. Come on now. You finna play? Y'all think he's finna play with the church's money in a bag year? No, sir. No, sir. I will not.
Yeah. Hopefully, people play with the church's money before. But
all right, Huncho, what you got?
Hey man, shout out. I'm gonna leave Mike alone, and I'm gonna go to our boy Max. I'm just fucking with people whose names start with an M. Travion Henderson. Hate hate, hate.
Oh shit!
Hear me out.
Mm,
I did not
mm,
like what I
fighting words.
they used that man like he was butterscotch candy in the playoffs. If you think you're if you thought about it, you think you would use your playmaker a lot more on the road to the Super Bowl. I think they really do love Ramondre Stevenson. I really very much do. And people say, "Oh, year two, Travion Henderson is going to boom." I don't see Ramondre taking a step back. I really do think Mike Vrabel loves him some fucking Ramondre. Now, he had a low playoff usage, which once again raised red flags on my end. He has no really built lead duties. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he's a big play guy, but he doesn't handle a RB1 workload. And then, he gets a little nicked up sometimes. What I need to see from the Patriots, got to see what they do. Maybe they try to go get another. They try to actually go get a elite wide receiver to help with that offense. But what I saw in the playoffs, and maybe that could change. But I really don't think. Just looking at it, I've sold more of my Travion Henderson shares for the and gotten a good return back on it right now than I mean, I don't know. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle. I'm just gonna keep hating though. I'll get the fuck off my roster. Right. I'm just gonna get the fuck off my roster. I'll take it. I'll take the high at the moment. Could he go higher? Sure, but I like the packages I've been able to get from him for right now, and I still think he is going to be in a running back committee in 2026.
Man, he was in a committee all of 2025, and you know what he did in that committee in the regular season. I know he didn't look great in the playoffs. That didn't that had no outcome on my fantasy team. 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns, 35 catches in part-time duty. Yeah, and you can get
Dude,
that in the fourth round or later.
I'm gonna get off Trevion.
And I
No.
know
Oh,
Chev has more to say about this.
okay.
We've already had this discussion. I'm in. He's right above my boy Scatterboo. But go ahead, Chev.
look, I don't. Before the playoffs started, I would have been a lot more gung ho about what I'm about to say. But the facts are the facts. There's a $9 million dead cap hit for Ramondre if they try to cut him and give the backfield solely to Travion, which I don't see happening. We could be looking at. See, I speak Vrabel needs, and what you got to understand is that Mike Vrabel hates rookies. We've talked about this quite a bit. So maybe next year we get a little bit more of Travion between the tackles. The Patriots were one of the worst teams running between the tackles all year long. So I expect them to upgrade that offensive line. I expect them to continue to invest in the development of Travion as a pass protector. That was one of the things that's why he wasn't playing early in the year. And like he was almost a drop candidate in a redraft because people were like, oh, this dude sucks. And so I think that the playoffs have left a sour taste in our mouth because of the fact that we did see so much Ramondre and so little of Travion. But I can't give up. I can't give up yet. Like I
Oh, for
can't do it.
sure. I won't say I've given up, but I have sold some of my shares
You
for.
you liquidated. You did.
Yeah.
And again, it's all about the price point. Like if I can trade for a profit, if somebody's still willing to give me a first and an early second for Travion, like I'm probably gonna do that. But I feel like I want to wait till I watch him do something cool on a football field again, and then people get all kinds of highlight horniness, and then you can just price gouge.
Hey, listen,
So
I turned Travion Henderson into George Pickens in the first. Yeah, yeah, I needed that, and he knew
I respect it. I respect
he
it.
knew who he was talking to too. As soon as I started, I would have done it for Pickens. Fuck it, but I would have
The,
done
jo-
this.
the trade partner dropped the soap on that one, huh?
I needed that one.
Hey, Craig.
Hey, what they say? If one man can hold you down, two men can. I won't finish it, but two men can.
Two
If
men
one man,
could definitely hold down Shia LaBeouf.
if
Hey,
one man can hold you down, two men can. I'm just saying.
what is happening right now, Huncho? The gestures just keep getting more and more aggressive.
Buttermilk buns.
Buttermilk buns,
Dropping the
man,
stove.
with a side of tres leches. But let's move. Before we move on to our last two positions,
Leeches of blood.
we're gonna have a quick break where y'all could tap into the league champ. Yes, the season's over, but we do have the draft coming up, and we do have contest going on. Our boy Rocco got on the jersey right now. I have my George Pickens jersey upstairs, still going on. Chev got his jerseys in the back. Winners on the screen right now last year, and you can be one too. But quick move to league chat. We'll be right back with y'all. Hey, hey. Once I'm gonna feel sad once y'all change that up and come up with a new background music and everything, get some new slime.
The background music staying.
Okay, love it. Okay,
We might change the highlights, but the background music staying.
hell yeah,
One of my young boys made that beat for us, so I'm always gonna, yeah, I'm always gonna represent.
hell yeah.
That's,
Now
that's
we're gonna be moving to the tight ends. We're gonna say the wide receivers for the last, and we're gonna keep this fashion going. We're gonna let Chev sip some more of the haterade tonight. Who is your tight end selection?
Oh, fresh off the bag, it's Mark Andrews.
Oh fuck, yeah.
Yeah, fresh off the bag, it's Mark
We starting
Andrews.
off
I
heavy.
can't.
We're gonna
Yeah,
have to
no.
disagree on this one. Come on, Chev,
Yeah,
lay it
absolutely.
on
Yeah,
us,
come
man.
on,
lay it
come
on
on.
us.
All right, so we're talking about a guy. Okay, this year. All right, career lows across the board in just about everything since his rookie season. Only 7.7 fantasy points a game. Okay. Only 2 missed tackles forced on the entire year. And that's despite lining up in getting the dream allotment of slot snaps. All right. And he even lined up out wide 18% of the time this year. And it still was putrid. And this is the guy you remember when Lamar Jackson went out, he had 100 for 1,210 as a tight end with no Lamar Jackson, with Tyler Huntley, Snoop Huntley at the helm. So I can't get into Mark Andrews, bro. He has turned into Baltimore's version, the Beltway. I don't know what it is. Him and Zach Ertz are Spider-Man memeing right now, and I just can't get into it, man. I don't understand. Like I don't. I've been a big Mark Andrews guy, and I guess this is just me realizing that my heroes are getting old.
Mm.
But I mean, yards after contact per reception, 1 yard per contact after per reception.
Yeah, that's part of his game's gone. Yeah.
One. All right. So I can't get into Mark Andrews this year, guys. I apologize. And this is gonna make Mike mad because he just took him in our startup. And but
This is a personal attack on Mike.
Yeah, this is just, hey Mike, this is for you, buddy.
And you, boy. Now, for Mark Andrews, and I hear you, Chef. I do hear you, big dog, and you made some valid points. Why I can get back on Mark Andrews, and you kind of spoke on it a little earlier that I get the sense that you do love some Todd Monken. I
Very
fucking don't. I fucking do not. Okay, and sure, he was our offensive coordinator at Georgia. Shout out to him for his wonderful time. I think he was led by our defense for the most part, but shout out to him, right? But he also, I would say, his offense wasn't. It was decent. It was okay when it comes to what the passing offense. Buttermilk buns, man, and Zay Flowers is in the top 10, but I feel like, man, there was so much meat that and pause, but there was so much meat that was left on the bones. So it was like, man, what we doing? I feel like there was so much more. Derrick Henry, he had a cool year, but I feel like Derrick Henry could have even had a better year. There were some games where Henry only had 10 fucking rushes the whole fucking game. King Henry only having 10 rushes the whole, what are we doing? So with Mark Andrews, what makes me happy is Tom Monken's out the fucking building. Two, he is locked in through 2028. He recently just signed a contract, and they gave him $26 million in guarantees. They still think, so that shows the commitment to him. Yes, he is turning 31, so he's getting up there in age, and one of the I guess things that you look at as for a tight end is athleticism. But there's to note there are when it comes to his jack that is declining. I hate to see that, but also Lamar Jackson was kind of up and down last year. Okay, so I think you get back more to a stable Lamar Jackson to that level that we saw him in previously years before. I think Mark Andrews can make it back. And then another point, the man's playing with fucking diabetes on. He literally got to take needles on the fucking field just to go out there and play. That man is a dog, a warrior.
That's another reason to fade him.
That-
Fucking diabetes
oh
ass.
damn! Don't
Get
do
his
that.
fucking get his sick
I mean-
ass off my fucking field.
Oh my God, Rocco.
This is why we get cut off of TikTok, dog.
Yeah. Okay, I understand it now.
I am so mad at this guy because I finally bought in. I finally bought in on the low. He embarrassed himself in the playoffs. So I'm like, man, everybody's got that recency bias of him dropping the pass in the playoffs. I'm gonna swoop in, get him on the low, and win ships. And that dude had 422 fucking yards in 17 full fucking games. Jesus, like I don't even need to go into the advanced stats. 422 yards in a full season. I'm out.
If you can hear, and before we go to our Rocco, your selection with Mark Andrews, I think where you can select him in startups now, it makes the value better, right? Because he's going around that tight end 12 to 15 range. So if he plays better than that, I'm cool. If it's not like you have to take him in that top 8 rounds anymore. So depending on where your risk tolerances is and where you're actually able to select him in startups, it could be very good value if he ends up being even just a slightly better than what we saw from last year.
Give me David Njoku many rounds later.
Yeah.
He still has the athleticism. He was just in a god awful situation.
Yeah.
I think Mark
And
Andrews
he's
has
about
more.
to be freed.
Yeah, Mark Andrews has more appeal in redraft than in dynasty. I can hear why someone would be on. I think redraft he still has some moxie there.
In Dynasty, I would rather have Pat Fryermuth than Mark Andrews.
I'm a big fan of Pat Fryermuth. So I'm very much. I think that's another guy who's going to rebound in 2026 because the terrorist is off the squad, coaching squad.
I'd rather have AJ Barner than Mark
Oh,
Andrews.
I like me some AJ Barner. You fucking up right now. You playing. You saying all the guys down my goddamn
I'd
alley.
rather have Mason Taylor.
I love me some goddamn 3 for 3.
All right. I'd rather have
Taylor
Dalton
garbage ass.
Schultz.
All right, you about to piss me off, bro. What the fuck?
I'd rather have Chiki Okonkwo.
Yeah.
He's still an elite athlete, and he's probably
Yeah.
going to get a change of scenery.
Oh
Yep.
nah, nah,
Or the offense is going to improve in Tennessee. He's going to stay.
oh nah, dog.
That's
Just
right.
because
That's
of
right. I'd
that,
rather have Dallas Goddard.
Jeff. Off that note,
Absolutely, absolutely. Career
Rocco, bring your
year.
selection, dog. Y'all don't piss me off. Rocco, what's your
I'd rather
selection?
have Kobe Parkinson.
Okay,
Yeah.
now we getting out of bounds. Now we getting out of flavor.
Hate.
Hate, 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 baby. Uh, Rocco, who is your tight end selection, my boy?
All right, all right. I'm shooting a little higher with this one.
Hmm?
I'm going for the top with my selections. Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren was a tale of two halves. Uh,
You know,
my math is a little fuzzy, but weeks 1 through 11, Warren was second in yards with 540, sixth in yards per route run. Youts, yards per route run. Looked like a league winner that was promised. His breakout coincided with a career resurgence from Daniel Dimes, thumbhead himself. Some would say his downfall coincided with Dimes' Achilles pop, but he was trending downward before that. Week 12 to the end of the season, Warren only had 200 yards, 46 yards less than the ageless one, Greg Dulcich, and his beautiful hair. 35th in yards per route run. Same as known stud Davis Allen. Going into 2026, who's going to be a starting quarterback? How fast will Dimes come back? And will he pick up where he left off? Is Riley Leonard the QB1 on day one? I think I just puked a little bit. Number 22 overall, according to KTC and tight end premium scoring. Just give me just about anybody else in that range. The floor is yours.
I'm gonna let you. Let me get this. Let's hear your thoughts, Chev, on this before I give mine.
I mean, this is all circumstantial. If he's got a quarterback, we're not even having this conversation. Like I do think I do the so in the startup he went 4-2, which I mean he went a pick after Loveland, which I mean Loveland is we know Loveland is reads from the book of Himothy.
He's
And I believe Tyler Warren has a page in that book too, along with Harold Fannin and Rondé Gadsden. But the quarterback uncertainty is enough to give me the type of pause that Rocco has. I wanna rebuttal this hate, but I can't. But I do think that he's really good. I mean, even still in the Colston Loveland emergence from weeks 9 to 18, he still only had 36 more yards after the catch than Tyler Warren did. So Tyler Warren, when given the opportunity, was still producing. It's just the target quality fell off a cliff. But the quarterback uncertainty, the fact that we're debating whether or not it's going to be Riley Leonard or Anthony Richardson, just makes me sad enough to where I can't push back on this take.
They hate Anthony Richardson.
They do.
I don't know who's. I don't want to say anything to get me canceled, but I don't know what kind of things he's done in that building. But apparently they hate him. That dickhead former kicker, talks shit about him every week. So get my man Anthony Richardson anywhere but the Colts. I like the Browns. This is an aside, but I don't trust that situation at all.
Yeah.
At least for the first half of the season, that's going to inform my value on him, at least in the short term.
I still got a good portion of Tyler Warren shares. I have sold 2 of them just because I felt like the value I was getting back was pretty good. But I will agree with Rocco. The second half of his rookie year was a fade. You could contribute that to the quarterback situation going on, and that we just don't know what's going to happen in 2026. When does Daniel Jones comes back? I say there's about a 15% chance Anthony Richardson's a Colt when the season starts. I think he really does want to get up out of there, and I think they want to kind of have him be able to start and have a new scenery around there. Yes, Tyler Warren is still young. He is a physical freak. He did show glimpses of great tight end play. I think I just like Harold Fanning a little bit more than Tyler Warren going forward. I think I like Loveland just a tad bit because he has a better quarterback and offensive situation. But I could see where someone is not getting jiggy with Tyler Warren in 2026, and if you can capitalize on what he was able to do last year, why not to get a upgrade? Hell, I would see if someone was trying to. I would move for Tyler Warren to try to get AJ Brown. If I'm being quite honest with you, because I love me some AJ Brown, and I think he's going to have a good year if he gets moved. Hell, and if it's a tight end premium, let's say someone doesn't give you, it might be you might be milking the trade a little bit, but AJ Brown plus a second to get Tyler Warren, just never know. So I will agree with you there a little bit, Rocco. I still am slightly on the Tyler Warren hill because he was my tight end one coming in, but I have sold some shares just because of I do think that quarterback situation is a little scary for sure.
Yeah, watch him struggle in the early season and then buy back in.
That's a
Buy
good
No,
in.
point about the value. Yep.
who I would like to hate on, and I feel like I've been hating on this brother for quite some time now, but hate just never gets old. You feel me? Hate never has a time limit to it, baby. Dalton
Hey,
Kincaid, bring your bitch ass on here, my boy. Okay, that's why I got Dalton Kincaid. Come here, man. And I have a few things I want to get off my chest about you, bro. So let's talk about the injuries with Dalton Kincaid, right? I feel like he's one touch away from saying, my coochie
nah, nah,
hurt.
nah.
Nah, 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 nah. You feel me? Like, get this man the fuck up out of here.
You
First
said his
off,
coochie hurts.
he and I don't know how true this is, but they said he played through a torn PCL the entire 2025 season. I know that sounds like some Iron Man shit to me. And I know this is not old, but at 32 and my hip is already aching, that shit sounds like the most stupidest shit in the world. I'm sorry, I'm not playing. I'm not on a torn PCL, ACL, LBL, none of it. No, it's not happening for you. It's not happening, pimp. Now
LBC.
he and maybe that also I want to say maybe that very much contributed to his mid 2025. Another note to look at: a limited snap share and usage. He only had 46% route participation, and Dawson Knox was the preferred run blocking tight end for them. Maybe that changes with Joe Brady becoming the offense. Well, honestly, can't really say it won't change because the motherfucker was the play caller even when he wasn't the fucking head coach. But I could go on a tangent because I won't say Joe Brady's a bad play caller, but he was your offensive coordinator, right? And you've been stinking it up in the playoffs for years now. So you make him your head coach. I digress, right? I digress. But I think he's a little bit overrated. People keep saying he's going to break out. He's going to break out. Maybe he can, right? But at this point, I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze with Kincaid. And honestly, there's other guys. I'm not going to depend on Dalton
Right.
Kincaid being my dynasty tight end going forward and thinking that he's going to give me consistent production every year, month after month, week after week. That's just me.
You going first?
Nah, I love it. I've been hating on Dalton Kincaid for a while. So no, I love everything. I love it. I don't I you can look at the targets per route run, you can do all that stuff, and like you can talk yourself into Dalton Kincaid, but you're just talking yourself into like the idea of fantasy points being better than actual fantasy points.
Agreed.
So I don't have any pushback.
Like when okay, anybody come out and say Kincaid literally won you we could say more of Chig being helping people win motherfucking playoff games more than Dalton Kincaid at this point. I'm just saying. If we're gonna keep it a stack right now. So Kincaid, yes, I think he's gonna be always the guy we're gonna say what could have been, or I don't want to say he's still young, right? But he's not. I'm off. I can't. And I was never really too on Kincaid. I think people were trying to buy. People was like, buy the dip on him last year. How many times can you buy the dip on motherfucker till there's no more dip? Okay, I'm just saying.
Got too much
Dip,
dip
baby,
on the
dip.
chip.
Dip, baby, dip. There's no more dip. Okay, so we're running out. Fuck Kincaid. Fuck anybody named Dalton. Fuck anybody with the combination of Dalton Kincaid. I don't know his middle name, but fuck Dalton Kincaid, Algebra Kincaid, all that shit. I'm tired.
Timothy Dalton was a pretty good 007 though. But anyway,
Who the fuck is that?
if, if I,
I was like, "Ooh."
uh,
yeah,
I feel like that's all of
I
our
have to
tight.
remember GoldenEye was the shit back in the day.
Is that all of our tight ends?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a quick rebuttal.
Yeah,
Um,
lay
I
it
think
on
I'm
us.
gonna buy the dip because he led the league in yards per route run, and in just 12 games, he had 150 more yards than than your guy, than your guy, Mark Andrews. Um, and Joe
Poke
Brady
his
seems
ass.
to like to run his offense through the tight end. So if we get a fully healthy season, I think it could be fireworks. And I think a lot of people are feeling like you're feeling right now. So I think he could be had on the low. I would buy for a 2026 second right now.
Somebody cue in the Little Wayne liquor flat, cause light that boy on fire. That's boy. He's some
Yeah.
buttermilk buns. This episode is brought to you by Buttermilk Buns Bisquick. Come get them. Fuck Kincaid once again. No, that's and I always love when we structure our shows like this because I love talking about wide receivers. Once again, shout out. I'm finishing up my actual wide receiver rankings for the rookie class of 2026 in my model. So stay on the lookout for that. But let's end tonight's hate. And let's keep on hating, goddamn it, because why stop hate for tonight when you can keep hating tomorrow, goddamn it? Let's talk about some wide receivers. Chev, let's lay down some buggy. What's the wide receiver you're hating on in 2026?
Mike Evans.
Okay.
I don't I mean, we're getting every single year. He's taking sabbaticals in the middle of the year for injuries. Like he's just basically playing to try to cement himself as a first ballot Hall of Famer, and it's not gonna work. He's really good, but if he goes somewhere else and you're building a passing game around him. You're building it around a 33-year-old wide receiver.
Agreed.
Pardon me. That's how boring Mike Evans is to me. He made me have to yawn when I'm talking about and I don't like it.
Bro,
I've been a big I've had to hate on some guys that I really enjoy from a fantasy football perspective all night tonight. So Mike Evans is the guy, first non-1,000-yard season, breaks his collarbone, gets a concussion. I mean, every single year going back to 2019, we've got hamstring issues and him going in and catching one pass for a yard and a touchdown. I think the old father time is catching up to Mike Evans, and I think he's one of the biggest traps in all of fantasy football this year. So I mean, if you're looking for veteran production, I would just go grab Chris Godwin, who's probably going to function as the alpha in that offense. I mean, you saw what Zach Robinson was able to do, hyper targeting Drake London. We could be in for another massive season for Chris Godwin, especially with no Mike Evans to kind of cloud things up. Emeka Egbuka, Chris Godwin, Tez Johnson, all those guys are going to eat in 2026 with no Mike Evans. And Mike Evans will be eating at McDonald's.
eating crap.
God damn, I must have a super team because I just took Chris Godwin in the 15th round right before Mike Evans in our draft. Thank you. I needed that. Um,
Yeah, you pissed me
but
off with that. I was so mad.
you had the first. You had a shot at
I
him.
thought he was
You had
going
a,
to make it back to me.
he wasn't making it back to you. You took Mac Jones, the return of the Mac. Yeah,
Return of the Mac.
you could have had
do
Chris Scott. You could have
I
had Chris
do
Scott. You could have had Chris Godwin. Thank you. I appreciate. Thank you for
I
your
agree.
service.
Mike Evans
Um,
is. Go ahead, Rocco.
no, I was just gonna say he went in the 15th round of our draft, and immediately after him, Gunnar Helm, Jawan Jennings, Trey Harris, Brandon Ayuk, Dalton Schultz, Travis Kelsey, Devin Neal. You think you would take all of those guys basically ahead of Mike Evans? You think he's a trap?
Oh man, what Trey Harris? And you spoke on Trey. I was the one who took Trey Harris, who I think Keenan Allen's not going to be on the Chargers in 2026. I think he was making strides towards the end of the year. I'm very much taking Trey Harris, the youth, over Mike Evans right now. A lot of us. Mike Evans shot a lot of us in the foot last year, and once again, if you love football, you grew up on Mike Evans. You grew up on seeing him go for 1K every year. Him out of Texas A&M, just seeing that whole process. Absolutely love Mike Evans. I think he is a potentially a Hall of Famer. I think the when you got guys like Torrey Holt who are still waiting, who has better stats than Mike Evans, then we have we do have very much of a which is I will say what the fuck are we doing Hall of Fame? Why is Torrey Holt still waiting for his gold jacket? Isaac Bruce, why are these guys still waiting on their jackets? But I digress. I won't go down that rabbit hole. But Chris Godwin, I will agree with you. I think he makes especially being another year removed from his injury, charted up. He goes mainly back into that slot. Amika, I think, gets more target share with, well, he can actually be your X. And then you got Jalen McMillan, could be your Z. And then you got Tez Johnson. So I honestly think Mike Evans not returning to Tampa, even though it's nostalgic as fuck, it is for the betterment of all the youth that he doesn't return. The old heads like to stay around a little bit, take the thunder away from the young guys. Just let your youngsters run out there, man. I think it's time for, especially how he broke his collarbone, which was on the most like you would have never thought looking at that play that someone would have broke their collarbone. I definitely thought the motherfucker was concussed for sure. Definitely didn't think he broke his collarbone during it. So I agree with you. I am out on Mike Evans. I still have him on teams because at this point you're not going to get a second from him, and I don't want to sell him for a third. So yeah, Mike Evans, 2026. I am hating on, but absolutely love your career, Playboy.
All right.
yes, sir.
I am I am going straight to the top, and Pancho, this one's for you.
You know,
Two straight down seasons in a row, injury marred. Now we have even year Dak incoming. C.D. Lamb. 9 scores in the last 2 years after scoring 12 in 2023. Yards been trending downward from 1749 to just 1077 in 25 with odd year Dak. Everybody knows odd year Dak. That's where you're buying in. 46th in catch percentage behind Chamire Dike, rhymes with bike. Now you expect me to believe that even year Dak can support two top 10 wide receivers. You want me to spend a mid-second on a guy who played 2025 like the second best wide receiver on his own team? In that range, give me Genty, Loveland, or one of the QBs. Drop the mic. Are you about to hit me with the Men in Black?
fuck no. Excuse me. And
He's
let me
officially the wide receiver 2 on his team.
CD Lamb is wide receiver one of the Dallas Cowboys. There's a reason why George Pickens and I want go dogs. I love me some George Pickens. And if there's other people that feel about this about CD Lamb, I will very much be acquiring me some CD Lamb. still one of the best route runners, and he literally got injured on a play where he wasn't playing wide receiver. They handed him off the ball like a fucking running back, and he got rolled up on. I love me some CD. There's, if you're gonna pivot off of anybody, especially Dak showed very much. Uh, I am so far on Dak Prescott in 2026. He ran the ball more and that we ever seen in the last few years. Stayed healthy. This is the first actual year in quite a while that Dak Prescott isn't rehabbing in the off season, and George Pickens isn't going nowhere in 2026. They have franchise tagged him. Even if he doesn't get a contract, he will be playing with the Dallas Cowboys in 2026. CD Lamb, I think, is going to remind everybody who he really is, uh, how complete. Yes, he did have a few games last year, even beyond the injury, where he dealt with drops very much early on in the year. He got better towards the end, but he is somebody who I honestly believe that is going to bounce back. He is one of the in the top five fastest wide receivers to go over 7,000 receiving yards in their career. CeeDee Lamb is nobody who I'm pivoting off of in 2026. I think I want even more of Cedarian going into 2026, and especially in one of the best offenses in the NFL. Putting my damn glasses back on, man. God damn it. Go ahead, Chef.
Gotta ride with CD Lamb, man. Got to ride with CD Lamb here. Um, Down year, right? 75 for 1,077, only 3 touchdowns. You know, 14 games, 13 games.
He missed, I believe, about 5 games, 4 or 5 games this year. Yo.
Right. So I mean, he's still CD Lamb. We just have to factor in the fact that, you know, he's got another alpha in tow with him now. So I think I let's look at where he went in the startup real quick. I
Mid
don't
second.
think
It was right before me in the second.
Mid
oh
second.
yeah, no, nobody's falling for that anymore, Huncho. You gotta give that up. You gotta do so yeah, you gotta do something different. They not letting that happen to you, boss.
That shit pissed me off.
Yeah. But you took Pickens in the second round now. I
I
respect that.
did.
But
Hey,
yeah, I
you
mean
didn't take
he
him
was
in the first, did you?
Nah, not. I was at pick 4, so I couldn't. I
I was
wasn't
in
going.
10 leagues with you. In all leagues, you took CeeDee Lamb in the first round. What
How to
has
make a difference.
changed?
How to make a difference in
What's
2026.
what's changed?
How to make a difference, man. But I couldn't go. The value wise, it makes just makes sense. In that particular draft we just did, Chase at 104, and if I could have gotten CD at that second round, I would have had Chase and CD. That's a perfect pair for me. But Chef, what were you saying on CD?
yeah, I mean he's an elite player. We just need elite volume. If you can give me 150 targets for CD Lamb, we're getting the top 3 performance. Book it.
Yeah, I think he's prime candidate for a bounce back for sure. And looking at one, they're going to be going into the second year of the offense with Shoddy. I think it's up. They were still trying to figure things out. Honestly, there was, and it's coming back. People forget. It's not like after a high ankle sprain, you bounce back right after your first couple of games. It takes a little bit to get back into the swing of things, to get your conditioning back right, just to feel okay running your routes again. So, and he still went over 1,000 yards, even though he missed 4 to 5 games. Still had a thou wow. So Dak still trusts him. I think next year, hell, you about to have me go send out some. You about to have me go send out some fucking trades up for CD right now. Honestly, if people are down on him, I'll take him. If
Wow.
every single time, I'm still taking CD Lamb over Malik Neighbors, and I don't think it's even close for me.
Wow. Okay.
No,
All right.
it's pretty damn close.
It's not close for me.
Gotta
I'm
be.
taking CD every time. So
Hey,
But I feel you.
Are you sure those glasses aren't keeping you from seeing things straight?
Hold up. I'm a
Oh,
give me a
oh man,
moment. They'll show do a little bit of magic trick. But
yeah, you
I
gonna make us
wanna.
forget that CD Lamb's like wide receiver 10 now.
Hey, listen, He'll be back in that top five. As I said, go CD all day. But
Who you got?
I have Mr. Cortland Sutton.
Mm.
Hate, 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 and I feel Sean Payton is feeling like he needs a true an elite. I won't say true, but an elite wide receiver one. Let's think if AJ Brown ended up being traded to the Denver Broncos and they traded Cortland Sutton to the Eagles or some shit like that as a trading piece. AJ, first off, it's up for AJ Brown. It's up for Bo Nix. He's exactly the alpha dominant wide receiver that the Broncos is currently missing. Last year, Cortland Sutton just kind of just went to the side. You know, Troy Franklin got more targets throughout the year. He and what? Yeah, at some point, Troy Franklin was the way Bo Nix was targeting Troy Franklin. He was treating him like his wide receiver one. I'm not saying he is wide receiver one. I would like that to make
Sutton
that
is wide receiver 13 in this league scoring.
fuck Cortland Sutton. Let me tell you about that one. And that was and that was towards if you go that was towards the end of the year where they started going things. If you look at Cortland Sutton, I have to go back and look at the his schedule for it. It was a snooze fest. And then the playoffs, it was more of a snooze fest. And I think now in his point of his career, he is very TD dependent. He's not going to. I think his better years are behind him. He's going to be. He's in on the wrong side of 30, and his value's not getting any better. Denver, go ahead and go out there and get yourself an elite wide receiver one, and I mean an elite one for Bo Nix, and prosper after that. I'm out on Cortland Sutton. I think his time is coming to a very much end, especially with Pat Bryant. I think is going to start getting more of a look in year two as well. That's going to eat a lot more into Sutton's shares.
They're there.
Drop
I
it.
don't want.
Cortland Sutton, wide receiver 13 PPR. CD Lamb, wide receiver 22 in PPR. I ain't looking at the points per game. Looking at the raw numbers because
The raw numbers will
I
lead
got
you astray. Then
I
the
got
raw numbers will lead you astray. Then because the range that means they're not that far off ranks, and CD still missed like
eight
5 games,
eight touchdowns to three.
and CD still missed 5 games,
8 touchdowns to 3. But
and
I'm
CD missed
getting
five
Portland
games,
Sutton in round 13.
and
And you
CD missed
getting
5 games.
CD Lamb at pick 18.
CD Lamb
Mm.
missed 5 games, and he still
Mm.
almost had better stats than Cortland Sutton. What the fuck are we doing?
Mm.
CD Lamb on his worst day is
Cortland
better than
Sutton is the
Cortland
wide
Sutton.
receiver one on his team.
Like, what are we doing, dog? Like who? Like what? Like who the fuck does the Broncos have?
Hey.
Like what? I'm gonna leave it off on that one, man. It's like Cortland Sutton, pack your ass up. Actually, I'm about to go smoke your ass after we get off of here. I'm a speak your name when I'm rolling up this little spliffy ifly. Hey man, it's only pause if you make it pause. Resume that shit. Fuck Cortland Sutton. Hear me out. I feel like I said that about all my guys. Listen, I bet all you guys are wonderful human beings. Don't take it disrespectful. I feel like,
Boy,
especially
you gonna
after
get jumped at the fucking senior bowl.
listen, especially after people be finding our videos. Once again, shout out to Cyrus Allen for finding our TikTok. I don't want to disrespect anybody. Shout out to you, but it's also fuck you on the field if I say it. All right. Shout out to it. It's hate. If you, I hope your fantasy football hate Jalen Hurts, fuck you. Trevion Henderson, fuck you. Cortland Sutton, fuck you. Dalton Kincaid, fuck you. Everybody, you know what? That's oh, god damn it! I'm gonna put it as a goddamn caption. Can I do that and not get banned? I know I can verbally say fuck you, but
We
can
already got banned.
this is what I'm gonna do. This is
Fucking
what I'm
hate
gonna do.
speech
Hold on,
over
y'all.
here.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. As the caption is coming up, caption. Fuck you. God damn it. Just put a star into it, cause everybody hate. Spread that shit like peanut butter on some butt cheeks. This has been Fourth and Fantasy. God damn it, and our player our player haters ball volume 2.
Is the peanut butter like lube or something? What are
Peanut
you
butter
doing
on
with
butt cheeks. Peanut butter on rye. Love it all. Eat it all. Eat it all. Everybody know
peanut
it is
butter on
11.
butt? You
It
eating
is
peanut butter on butt cheeks?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, y'all.
Clip that shit.
It's 12:05. This is Fourth and Fantasy after midnight, after dark. Hope everybody have a great rest of the night. This bitch is dropping tomorrow. Y'all stay with it. It's been our boy Chev. Fourth and Fantasy. He's trying to hold it together. I'm trying to keep it together. This has been Player Haters Ball, Volume 2. Chev, do you have anything as we've been hating all night? I know you're trying to keep it together, Playboy.
I I don't even. I mean, after the peanut butter on butt cheeks thing, I think we can just go ahead and close it out. I think we're good here.
Cut the tape. Cut the tape. Cut
Cut
the
the
tape.
tape.
Cut
Y'all
the
have a
tape. There's
wonderful
children
night.
out here watching us on TikTok.
Hey, hey, like, share, and motherfucking subscribe. Get to it. Join the Discord. Hit link champ up. We got y'all. Appreciate everybody that taps in with us. Appreciate our boy Chev for jumping on the episode with us as always. We've got more in store. We're not done. The combine's coming up. More draft talk. Keep fucking with us. We gonna fuck with you. And to everybody that I talked about tonight, it's all play. I don't mean it, but I kind of do. Till next time, this is League Champ. I am Honcho, and this is my guy.
Rocco.
And we are your fantasy playbook to more championship wins. And Rocco, where are we the land of?
We are a fantasy football podcast for Dynasty Sickos by Dynasty Sickos. Everybody's welcome.
Till
And
next
y'all
time.
with peanut butter in your ass.
And peanut butter in your butt cheeks, baby.